Hey guys, welcome to Echo's Reloading Chamber. We're going to start a little early here and mostly just doing a little quick fill in here for Echo. He's feeling under the weather. Uh, we could had a choice either leaving this blank tonight, not doing nothing, or me coming on here saying hello. So I thought I'd come on here and talk to you all for a little bit. I don't even have any panel guests. Chris, he usually helps me out. He's busy. Echo's under the weather. And Critter, he's having some health issues. And so I just thought I'd drop in here early, say a few things, and talk to you all a little bit, maybe get out of here. And wish I had something planned. Hopefully he'll do his finish his 308 series soon. So, and hopefully I'll get some reloading stuff too. And I'm going to get something going here shortly for kind of like reloading series stuff. But heck, I think I'm under the weather. Been losing my voice, being tired the past 2 weeks, and just generally feeling blah. I think we all got the hey Michael, how you doing, brother? Good to see you, Uncle John. Appreciate you dropping by. You wouldn't believe how strange weird this is when you're used to co-hosts and there's no co-host here. It's kind of odd, especially when you've never streamed a long time. You know, I don't have a lot of months experience at this. So it kind of helps you out to have somebody to bounce off of in the panel. Hey, GGW. Happy Friday, man. I used to say TGI. Thank God it's Friday. Used to be my favorite day outside of Saturday and Sunday, of course. But hey, G-Webs. Appreciate you dropping in, man. Doing a thumbs up. Like I say, everybody in the I think I'm not sure who I'll send a link to today for this. I didn't post it a few hours ago, honestly, so it was nothing really planned, actually. So I started going as an avatar, but I thought that looks kind of strange going on instead of saying, hey, you know, face to face. But I was hoping Chris could come on. He helps me out. He's a big help to me, even though I was joking with him last night. Pretend sometimes co-host. He is like a co-host when you got somebody on there to help you out. So I forgot again. I'm on the wrong side up here, so I typed when I said hello. It was Echo saying hello, so I had to go back on the front side of YouTube. So how you guys doing this week? Got anything going? Reloading, shooting, new guns bought? Yeah, Chris. Yeah, I joked with him last night. I don't know if he was listening to it. I said he's sometime I pretend co-host, and that was a joke. I was poking fun at him, but he helps. It is good to have him on here. I enjoy his. He's a good person to be on with. Absolutely. And not everybody you can, believe it or not everybody, you know, most of these guys I talk to on this panel, they're easy to talk to. There's a reason they come on here, and with most of us, because we typically feel comfortable talking to them. And Mac, he's good. Critter, good. JH is good. I hadn't sent him a link because I figure he's probably getting ready for his Georgia Shooting Connection at 8 o'clock. I'm still trying to get my body used to this, what is it? Time change. I don't like it. Never have liked it. Well, I did. No, actually, I don't really care about the evenings. It getting dark early. You can actually go to bed early sometimes. Hang on, guys. Somebody's texting me. See who it is. I might be a little late. Wrong one. Yep. Sorry. Somebody's telling me about a sale on body armor. Actually, I may end up going with who am I going to go with? Probably. I've been thinking about buying some 11 by 14 soft armor. Yeah, I know it's not 100% protection, but it's something light, and get a light carrier for it. Probably get it at Spartan. They seem to have a pretty good price sometimes when they have a sale. Right now they got 20-30% off. And, I'd like to get a lightweight system, and eventually I'd like to get the full combat system carrier. But I don't want the steel. That's just too much weight. I don't care for doing it. Hey, lowballing. Hey, barbecue. Appreciate you dropping in. Mad Maxer's here, 525. Michael Dunn is here. Appreciate you guys dropping in. And like I said, it's strange not having nobody here on the panel. It is definitely different. You feel like you're almost talking to yourself if you ain't careful, which of course I know I'm not because I'm talking to you all. Nothing going on this week, guys. No guns bought, no nothing. No lead made, no bullets. Well, not lead made, bullets made, I meant. That's something I'm going to eventually, I keep talking about it. I'm going to eventually get into casting, hopefully. I'm trying not to go down the rabbit hole on it. Of course, I do like the big ones, the bigger $300, $400 ovens, or ones that melt the lead. I think Lyman has one. I'm more familiar with Lyman than I am the others. But tell you, these days when you get a cold, you don't even know if you got the flu or got COVID. What a mess it is. Like I said, I've told y'all before, my daughter's had it, I think 3 times, at least 2 we know of. I think I may have had it, but not sure. I just know I've been tired a couple of weeks. GGW says, waiting on a large loop lever for my Henry 22 to shove. Oh, yeah. I grew up watching The Rifleman. Excuse me, guys. And I always liked that. I still love the lever action. You just can't beat that gun. That's kind of like America's first AR. I won't call it an assault rifle because it's not. It's a sporting rifle. And it's just waiting for the new dot to arrive from Amazon. Yeah, that's cool. Michael says he ordered some Lee Mo's last week when I was on sale. Yeah, that's what I need to do. Just get it as it comes on sale. That's what I want. I want to get me a handgun, Dot. I was talking about that last night in the stream. Here I go. Every time you get on the stream and you start losing your voice. It's funny, during the day I do pretty good on that. Don't know if it's my immune system going to crap or what. But anyway, I hope you guys had a good week. And let us know how your casting and all that's going when you get all your stuff. That's interesting. Heck, if you want, come on the panel and talk to us. We can talk casting. We just can't show it, and teach it. The way the Rifleman ran his, yes, and assault. Yeah. And I think the stories I've read, I grew up in a different era. It said that the Indians were so used to, I think, the musket and all that there for a long time, and all of a sudden they seen that lever, come on the scene out west, and all of a sudden they'd charge, and all of a sudden they'd start being, killed. They wouldn't have time. Typically, they'd have time when the guy was reloading. So that kind of messed them up, according to what I've heard of my history. So it was a game changer. That and a 45 Colt was a game changer. You could actually ride that on a horse and not worry about discharge as easy. Of course, they didn't probably know about that back then, about double actions, the way we do. I bet that would be a change. Get used to a single action, then go to the double action. But anyway, yeah, I want one too. I definitely want to may do my M&P 2.0 slide. I haven't made up my mind yet. Hey, how's it going, Tactical Fud? Appreciate you dropping by. We're just going to have a short chat. It looks like I don't have anybody for the panel. Let me see if I bet Jason, he's probably working. Stewart, he's pretty good at jumping in sometimes. Who can I send it to? I'm trying to think. Critter's out. Echo's under the weather. I'll send Jason one just in case. And it's early for MacMan, so he's working. Oh, I know Uncle Jim. Oh, I don't know if this is the same. Probably not the same email though as it used to be though. That's the thing. His channel got deleted. He may have lost his email address. So, hang on, guys. I am working on the background here. There you go. I got 12 on here. Appreciate you taking the time to come by here this evening. Sorry I don't have a panel, guys, and I don't have a subject, really, because, like I said, just kind of a last-minute thing. I didn't know, I think, till 3 o'clock or something like that. A few minutes before I posted the thing today, I spoke with Echo, and he said, yeah, throw one up. And I said, okay. And I tossed it up there. LBJ. I know I may have asked this for, but are you from AR? No, that's actually, believe it or not, AR is my last initials. Yeah. So it kind of sounds like I'm American Revolution 1776 or AR Guns, which almost sounds like the gun. So it's kind of weird. It just happened that way. And I had another name, and I didn't really care for it, American Reloader, there for a while. Excuse me. I lost the channel. It got deleted somehow or went down, and lost 140 subs. Had it for a long time, like 2011 or 12. Maybe even 2009. I can't even remember now. But and I brought back this with another name. I still keep the American Reloader email address and all that, and a few other things. And I had a dispute there a long time ago too with my channel that I had to work with for a long time with YouTube. I had some guy had some kind of Las Vegas picture or something, and he was using my same name, and I kept contacting him, telling him to pull his name down. I looked, when he joined, and I beat him to it. And I kept complaining to YouTube, and they finally took him down. And I went to American Reloader, AR Precision, which I didn't really care for, and then I went to AR Guns. Actually, I should just call it AR1776. But keep the guns out of it. But then you're bowing to political pressure, and I don't like doing that. How you doing, Vanessa? Hope you're doing good. You can send me one at 629 over here. Ship it to me that you like. It's my favorite gun. One of my favorite guns I've owned is that 629. 6-inch barrel stainless steel. That's a fun gun to shoot. Appreciate it, low balling. Yeah, you got a unique one. I mean, that's a good name you got. Got a lot of good names on here. A lot of creative people on YouTube. I mean, Lead Bullet Junkie jumped in. Some guys use their own name. I thought about it back, a few years back, and before I changed it to AR Guns, and I said, well, I'll eventually tell them my real name. But yeah, AR is my first two initials of my last name, guys. Now you know the rest of the story, says Paul Harvey. Yeah, Guns and Barbecue, that's a good name. Vanessa Kitty's a good name. Whatever, I was trying to think, whatever happened to, was it Buck or Gun Loving Grandpa? What's he called now? Don't know if I see him. Some of you may know him. I didn't know him that well, but I remember he went kind of back to Buck and then went to something else. Do you know who I'm talking about? Yeah, Paul Harvey was. I miss his common wisdom. He talked about a lot of things of America, if you remember back on it. Things I remember. I don't remember the whole stories, but it was interesting. He used to call up his early days of the internet. I think he had a website, and he also had a 1-800 number or something you could call and listen to him. Hey, Critter's up. Yeah, I've been having issues too, guys, with Critters having some muscle spasms and issues. I got a stabbing thing right between my left lung from an old injury I've had. I've been doing a neck traction, which I shouldn't probably be doing, and I think it's got me hurting in between my shoulder blades. Got me all messed up. But, hey, New York Outcast is here. You probably got a link, Critter, if you're up to it. Hey, man, if you relaxed and zoned out, don't worry about it. It's up to you if you want to come on. I think I sent you a link if you're able. If you're not, that's cool. I've even pondered it. I said, I don't never want to come on here. Of course, I don't really drink or anything typically. The only thing lately I thought about buying, I ought to buy some, tequila do a few shots of that, boy. Talking about pain going away, it'll go away quick. Wow. Yeah. Serial reloading manual is 30. Well, could highlight that, couldn't I, guys? Yeah, I actually found that for $27 here a few years ago, the new one at Academy Sporting Goods in Athens, Georgia. And I should have got it. Look back on it, I saved $10. Just had more on my neck 2 weeks ago. Oh, you got the neck issue too, Uncle John. Yeah, I've got needing. I got C4, 5, 6, and 7. They wanted to replace in 2015. Actually, fuse, and I did not. They told me, said, well, you can't wear a soft neck thing. Yours is more layers, I said, okay. Said, you're gonna have to wear a stiff one of those plastic type ones. I said, oh God. And I went online, started researching how they fail when you have multiple discs. And I'll admit it, I got scared, kind of worried, and said, no, I'll just postpone it. And I did. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was wondering. That's what I was thinking. Okay. Now I know. Okay. Gotta say hello to him. I didn't know. Appreciate you telling me that. That's why I asked, because it's been a while. Because I used to call him out. Yeah, that's a good name too. Tactical Fud. Yeah, 13. Oh, not bad. Just from rambling on here. You not doing that well, Critter? Still? Kind of in the zone? I know poor old Willie used to have issues too. He had a lot of injuries. Me, I was in a motorcycle wreck when I was young. I kind of live with it. Since COVID, I've sat around a lot, hadn't went out swimming and stopped. I used to swim a lot, indoor pools, and I was okay. I could deal with it. Then all of a sudden, past year or two, boy, I'm having issues like you wouldn't believe. And I've been doing physical therapy myself, crunches in the floor and things, exercises, a lot of stretches. But I hope they find you when you go for it. Yep. And it says they think it is messed up. Bone growth in the neck and blood supply. Ooh. Yeah, neck surgeries, I've known people have good luck with it, even with 3 discs and 4. But I did worry about it back then. I told my daughter this year, oh, there he is. Hey, man.
I'm stoned off my ass.
And I've been hurting all day. I don't even want to. I've got actually an issue I haven't had for years hit me in my left rib cage. Hit me a few days ago and hit me today. And I used to, back in the 90s, it would hit me. That's where I was originally injured in a motorcycle wreck. And all of a sudden, I've been doing sit-ups and crunches in there in the living room and stretching my neck on a thing. And I think it's opened up my disc in between my shoulders, and it's caused it to flare up because it feels like a bruise. And
hey, actually, that Jenny J 1911 showed up on our forum.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all need to go see her and say hi.
Okay, cool.
She mm-hmm. Oh, she's what I thought she was, a school teacher.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she put a comment and says, you guys are thanks for the shout out. You guys are a hoot. I don't know if that was a compliment or not on the hoot, because I usually say that about some people. I go, they're a hoot. But we were kind of funny at times. Weird stuff. So, I like serious streams too, reloading stuff. But sometimes, yeah, you got to let your hair down, crack some jokes. But yeah, I appreciate you dropping in. If you're not able to, I'll understand. I'm not going to stay long here. I didn't really have, like I said, I don't think I posted to 3:30. I thought, Echoes, I hadn't been talking to him much lately. He talked to him today once. Yesterday, I finally got in touch with him. We used to talk quite a bit, but he's had a lot going on.
It's going to be that way for a while.
No, I'm not a coot. She said we were all a hoot. Daniel God is my judge. So,
when he's going through, he's gonna be that way for a while.
Who's that?
I have no idea. Like,
Oh, I'm not sure I'll have to hoot after it. Yeah. Well,
I don't think
yeah.
she's very tall.
I've known a few women that were a hoot, and they usually were a mess. I remember one time in the '90s. I had a friend of mine, roommate. He wound up dating a girl from the Blue Ridge Mountains,
Actually,
and she threatened to kill him, beat him over the head with a beer bottle if he looked at another woman. I says, "Wow," and I got him. Was at part one evening when him was talking. I said, "She's going to get you, Terry." And I said, "She means business," and he got worried. He called me Elliot, which is not my name, and weird how he called it, but a few people have. He said, "Are you sure?" And he got in a bar the next few days, and he was worried about it. He was cautious, looking over his shoulder. But she told him she'd whip his butt and kick his butt.
yeah, sure did. I had bought I had an old laptop with a Dell Toshiba piece of junk. That's basically what it was. But I changed. I ordered a new 1 terabit hard drive for it, stuck it in there, and loaded what was it, mint, cinnamon mint or something like that. Yeah, the 20.3 runs like a champ now. No delays, no anything. It just loads right up. Whereas the Windows 10 on it took like every second. It's like almost like pulling teeth.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I got one like that. I got one with 2 gigs of RAM, and with Windows 7, it's slow. Typically, what I'm gonna do with it, I'm thinking about getting a little thumb drive and running Linux, or getting a little one of those little micro operating systems and plugging it into the laptop and booting it up just to use it. I could reload the Windows 7. I got the got a partition on the hard drive to restore it, but and I got some backup disks too. I just don't want to fool with it. I tried to do Windows 10 knowing it wouldn't work, and my laptop started screeching. The whistle, a horn in there or whatever, man, a speaker. I mean, man, I sitting there going, "You son of a gun!" Unplugged it and it's just screaming, and took the battery out and it shut down. All because trying to update to Windows 10.
Oh,
Couldn't handle it. BIOS.
happy crack. I'm loopy.
Let's see what's going on in the side chat. Critter says, "What size shoes does she have?" Michael Hurtnick says that. I don't know what. Oh yeah, we're not talking about that lady, are we now?
Yeah, I think she is.
Oh, okay. Hey man. Oh boy. Bullwhip cures many problems, Vanessa says. Oh boy. I want to be around her. Bullwhip. Not sure if I like hoot after a date. Yeah, Uncle John on that. There's Reloader762. Appreciate you dropping in. Yeah, I got that Reloader762. I may load the Linux on that laptop, actually. That's what maybe I was thinking of it a few seconds ago here. It's never, it'll run okay on 7, but it's just not fast with 2 gigs of RAM. And that's with a fresh install of the 7. Still not that good. Hipla says stepfather passed, and I've been thinking of putting Linux on his old PC. Sorry to hear that, Hipla.
Okay, why is my camera off?
It's on here.
Oh, right.
Looks like it's working, Critter. Be careful. We see you. Okay, now we see the floor. There you go. Did it show your camera off?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
I'm not in the middle of the picture. I'm over here.
I got you. Yeah. Yeah. things that most people wouldn't think about, would they? Like, we're not framed right here. You know, we got to move in this corner, this corner. Uh, I hope to get me some better camera equipment soon. That's what I've been wanting for quite a while. I want a DSLR. I want it for live streaming. I want a GoPro just for the, the shooting range. I want to actually. I know how to edit some. I'm not great at it, but I know how to do it. I'm gonna do some shooting ones here, hopefully within soon. Linux Cinnamon 2.0 is running on all my computers. Haven't used it. Yeah. The only thing I was wondering if Linux supports a lot of like I got audio interface here. It depends on the company, I guess. If they don't have a driver for it, I'm out of luck. Yeah. Some audio interface has to have drivers. Software download. Oh, there's Mac Man. How you doing, Mac?
Yeah. I don't do tea by the little glass. I do tea by the 6 gallons every week.
Mm-hmm. I'm drinking a lot of tea. Sugar-free, actually, the past few couple of years now. I don't know why. I didn't drink tea there for a lot of years.
I use fake sweetener.
Mm-hmm. I've been buying it already in the jug, which costs $2.50 a gallon, I think. That's ridiculous. I need to stop that. Hey, Walter's with us. Appreciate you dropping by, Walter. How you doing? Michael, Vanessa. Yeah, because he's feeling under the weather, having some issues.
I finished that little golf cart. I'm all my wired.
Did you?
Now I got to figure out how to save and buy that damn trailer.
You got the trailer, right?
No.
You got to buy it, right?
Well, I was going to buy it directly from Tractor Supply. It's listed for $19.99, but they put it on the thing for $2,099. And I was going to do it through PayPal, because if I pay for it in 6 months, no interest rates, no nothing, it's done.
Mm-hmm.
And if I do it through PayPal, I get the title outright.
Mm-hmm. I remember when them things were $800, $699 here a few years ago, for I think like an 5x8, something like that. My son-in-law, he bought a used one here recently. It's pretty good condition, $600 cash. But it hasn't still got the screen, and all that. It's pretty good. Got a little rust on it.
I've been looking through it. I've been trying to buy it, or actually pricing it around for the last 7 to 8, almost 9 months.
Mm-hmm.
Oh crap!
When you get that, you'll be able to your other cart. You'll be able to go to the shooting range, right?
Yeah. What's that? I can't drive the golf cart on main road because of 25 miles an hour.
Right.
But then if I have to cross two farm state highways to get to there. And the road from the entry to entry. They don't take care of the city. It's a city park, but they don't really take care of it well. The last time I almost dropped my transmission trying to go up there and come back.
Wow.
Yeah, I do too, Vanessa.
See, bullet junkie. What's he? I'm behind. Sorry, guys. Sometimes I'll just read the thing, and sometimes I'll highlight it. I'm building a new gaming PC. That's what I want to build, a new PC. Get Windows. Well, Windows 11's out too. I was thinking about getting Windows 11 Pro. That's what I'm thinking about. Probably get an OEM bundle, or an OEM, I should say. And, I have some websites online. I have bought. I've got like Microsoft Office 2019. Only paid $18 for it. Granted, the key probably not guaranteed, but it's been working for years. It does seem to work. I think that Kerry Hoseman, he used to have a site he endorsed where you go down and get Windows 10 for I think 40 bucks or 30. I can't remember now. It's been a while since I watched him. Says Uncle John says Critter is stoned. Give him a minute. Yeah. You're having a lot of pain with that, aren't you? Not easy.
It's the thing about it is, if it was steady or consistent, I can ignore the pain. But I'm sitting here listening, all of a sudden it just goes off. I'm like, damn it, that hurts. Shut up.
Wow. Yeah. Is it a nerve thing in your leg causing it?
Yeah, it's not constant. It's just it doesn't happen every. It's not consistent. It just happens. It's all of a sudden it goes bang, light me up. Then you go, okay.
I know I've had nerve pain in my back, and back not this January, last January, I went to the hospital for 4 days. My stomach swelled. Year before that, or 3 years before that, I spent 2 days in the floor trembling, couldn't eat. Nerve pain shooting in my lung area and through my stomach. It was weird, and it's just.
I used to take this. What the hell is it called now? I forgot. It's a nerve pain medicine.
Gabapentin.
That's it, gabapentin. But
I took it
to the point where it no longer hurt, and I no longer had ghost pains. It doesn't really happen off that up, like every 4 or 5 months.
Wow. I know I haven't had this pain I was telling you about earlier since. God, I can't even remember last time. I was telling my daughter, and now she's been cracking. I've actually taught my daughter how to use her foot and manipulate my spine. Yeah, she can actually. I'll lay down on the floor. She'll, bam, hit my back with her foot in certain areas I tell her to, and I'll crack. You'll hear my spine will move sometimes. Hey, what's up, Andy?
Hey, how you doing? How's my audio? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, good and loud.
A bit loud.
A little loud. Maybe I turned it down a tad. Maybe.
Well,
see how.
This thing is kind of automatic on this thing here. Hold on a minute.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know.
Sounds good to me.
I don't know. Is that any lower?
A little bit better.
I don't have really. I have to go into a different setting to make that work.
Oh, you're fine. Don't worry about it.
All right. I have 2 of the same webcams on my computer now.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Okay, so it was like trying to get which one microphone, so I wasn't sure. How's everybody doing?
Stoned.
Yeah, Critter's having issues. I'm having pain issues. Echo, he's under the weather.
He wasn't feeling good a day ago or so, right?
Yeah,
he said he felt like he had the flu or something.
I suspect it's probably COVID.
There is a new COVID. I don't know what it's
it.
called. I just heard there's another one.
Communism.
Yeah. Yeah, I was reading about it today. I was reading about New Zealand totally eliminated COVID, just about opened their borders up in their country.
Yeah, well, they're they're using the drugs that they're not letting us use here.
Yeah, I think no surprise there. Our government, FDA's got such a control, bureaucracy. Can't do nothing, can't approve it like Europe.
That's how I fixed my problem, Walter. I no longer had a money problem when I got rid of mine.
Walter. Yeah, I had a terrible pain in my for a long time. She finally left. I've been there. So this is the oldest paper mill in the country, owned by a Finnish conglomerate. Okay. Junkies.
All right. At least I got this thing working again. That's good.
Oh, SLI, 39. I've noticed. I was looking at video cards the other day. Man, things are high. Whoa.
Everything's high.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, I'll pay the processor because I was thinking about the 12th generation i9, 450, 500 range. But I ain't paying no $500 and $600 for no friggin' graphics processor.
Well,
Just
I'm
graphics.
not. Unless you're a heavy gamer, there's no need for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Nessa.
I mean, I do. I don't have my card. This computer was purchased in 2013, and it was the fastest Pentium 7 they had at the time. I got all kinds of memory, solid state drive, all that stuff, and it's still Windows 7, and it performs perfectly. I have no reason to switch.
I got one here bought in 2012. It's got the i7 4-core.
Yeah,
I think 950 processor. I don't know if you remember
like
that one.
I don't know all the numbers.
Yeah, I know.
I'm pretty sure it runs the 4-core. I think that's all they had at that time was the 4-core. Maybe this is a 6-core. It's a year later. I don't know. But it does everything I needed to do. Now that I got this video thing figured out. And what I'm doing is I'm taking my clone GoPro, ASCO or something like that it's called, which works great, but the audio on it stinks. I'm going to try hooking that up down. I put that back on my notebook down in the basement where I do my stuff. And I'm going to bring the Snowball microphone down there and use that for my audio and my video. So hopefully that's going to be a solution.
I need to do I've already did a SSD 970 Samsung hard drive, terabyte. The only thing I got to upgrade really is I got DDR3. I've got 6 gigs. I'd like to do it maybe to 14 to 16 gigs of RAM at least.
I got 64 gigs of memory.
Oh yeah, you're loaded for pay.
Yeah, again, I just at the time the next level up from this computer was an actual server. So.
Oh wow.
I bought the top of the line they had at the time. The computer was $2,800.
Mine in 2012 here in Georgia. Mine was not the top of the line regarding RAM, but the processor was when I bought it. It was
that's what I'm saying. I bought top at the time, and and I was like getting ready. I said, I'm waiting for the Windows 11, and I want to buy a monster computer again. And I'm saying, what for? This works fine. And I might replace my notebook that I have downstairs. It's an older notebook. It's about 4 years old, a Levano, something like that. It was only a $300 notebook. I bought an open box, but now it works great. It's just a little bit too slow.
Lenovo, I think, yeah, they're pretty good. I think China bought that. It was originally IBM at one time. I think China bought it and changed the name to Lenovo, if I'm not mistaken.
It works. I mean, it just takes a while to boot up. It's not a solid state drive. It's a Windows 10. It takes a little while to boot. It's slow on everything basically. So it records my videos fine. So and I'm just using that built-in camera program to record.
Yeah, I did that with this one here a while back. I think I was going to cancel a thing one night, and I just hit record and put it in another folder here and sent it to YouTube. It's just a little bit easier than having to get the phone out, and mount it.
Yeah, so I don't like using my cell phone for anything unless it's only here in case I got for texting or an emergency phone call more than anything. But
Lead Bullet Junkies, I used to be in heavy gaming, but let my build get too outdated. Polo Tower has a 8320 and a EVGA 970, 16 gigs of RAM. Some things will still run. I think DaVinci Resolve will run on 16 gigs. I've actually tried DaVinci Resolve here about 2-3 years ago, and my computer wouldn't quite handle it. 8 years ago, that was a decent build. Yeah, they do get out of date quick, and they're making processors. Fast now, buddy. 8 core. I think. I'm not that familiar with AMD, but I looked one time at 60-something cores. Unreal amount of cores. Oh, gosh. I think it was a Threadripper I looked at recently.
So what's everybody been working on? Anything?
I haven't been doing nothing much lately.
Working on the back of my eyelids.
Yeah, I'm just the weather's starting to break a little here. I have to kind of put things back in the shed that I don't have the room in my garage. My shed. I don't want to store like my power washer. A few things like that. I have to go back in the shed. That'll open up my space. And the snow blower, it's all in my space where one side of my garage is my race car, the other side is like a workshop or whatever I want to do. And I have to finish sorting some lead, melt that down, and melt some more zinc down. I got more lead coming. Guy called me up. He says he got 500 pounds. He says he's pretty sure it's 80% lead wheel weights. He says he doesn't think there's much zinc in it. And 20 cents a pound.
Yeah, I got my garage. I got to clear out. I got a Corvette on one side. I'm storing 89, and I got the other side a bunch of tools and stuff. A big old tower floor drill press.
Oh yeah, I'm the same. I got a table saw, drill press, grinders, toolboxes. Same thing. I got all kinds of woodworking tools.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get more. I like to have a table saw. I got a.
What was that old saying? Don't fold, bend, or mutilate. I can't remember it now.
I got an old Makita table saw, but the cord's damaged on it. Really bad shape. No blade on it. But I'd like to have a real table saw. Maybe $3,000, $4,000 one.
Oh well.
But I don't even do woodwork that much.
If you're not going to do that kind of work with it, though, you're overbuying for not using it. I have an $800 Sears Craftsman that it's. I think I've used it 5 times in 20 years.
My brother's got a used Sears Craftsman. Oh gosh, got the big old side steel things on both sides.
Yeah,
looks like a web, which is old school.
Thing. Yeah, the extensions and all that stuff.
Yeah,
got a chop saw table. I got a lot of junk. The chop saw gets used a lot, but I bought a lot of stuff at one time. So when I moved into the house and got set up, I went out and bought my first power washer, a table saw, a floor standing drill press, the chop saw, the new compressor, and I've got a lift in my garage too for my car.
Oh wow, that's so. I wish I had one of those.
Then all the lawn tools hanging on the wall, the various things we all got. So, one side is like I said, my workshop area where if I need to make something or whatever I'm working on. The others and my rolling my casting table, which is a rolling cart. And again, that's normally in the middle of the garage. There's like 3 feet. The center of the garage, I have 2 separate doors. So there's like a 3-foot spot in the center. That's where I store the stuff. But right now it's a wreck.
Yeah, I got a few feet like that between my car and my junk. I need to get like I said, I want a better table saw, but I'm going to be manufacturing, making some stuff to sell.
Oh, that's cool.
Part-time income, being retired. I won't talk about it yet because eventually I will. I'll show it.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's nice. I tried doing birdhouses for a while. I sold a lot of them.
My brother wants to do those.
I sold a ton of them. And you know what the best part is? You can go out. You go to some of these places. I don't know if you have a place near you that takes in all the pallets and the wood pallets. You can build so much stuff with that lumber. It's you're talking a lot of this stuff is oak. It's hardwood.
We used to have a place not far from here over the years that did have pallets constantly out on the side of the road or in their parking lot. I haven't seen them. They moved. I got
a lot of people. They just tack them up and say take them. Other people need them instead of buying them. But sometimes you find some nice pallets. It's got 6-inch wide slats on it. That's a nice piece of wood. When I find that's what I used to do used to make birdhouses.
They used to make them really good. Remember some of the old pallets?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, over the years. God, they were stout, heavy too. Now they kind of a little lighter and be cheaper. I
Yeah,
got
but
one back there from AC system I got shipped here a few years ago. It fell apart.
yeah.
Go
There's
ahead.
some of them are real thin chunk.
just as
I
I
was gonna
eat test, they changed the military signal corps and started becoming a different division, the Information Systems Command.
Now, Uncle John, I got an '89 Corvette, 14,000 miles on it. I
That's
gotta
cool.
do. Yeah,
Yeah,
it,
my Camaro, my '79 Camaro, only has 36,000 miles on it.
wow, that's pretty good
I
too.
got a 2003 Chevy pickup that's got 143,000 miles on it.
When I look back on this, though, Andy, I wished I'd bought a motor that had maybe 40 or 50 because nobody hardly drove this motor, and I think my lifter is hanging or a main bearing or something's jammed up in it. Something's going on in it. It's got,
I mean,
yeah,
you could just need new lifters. You know, if
yeah.
they're not being used, they sludge.
What's weird about it? I've rebuilt motors. It used to warm up and then it would knock, tap,
Oh,
not knock but tap, and it's not a rod because I can tell a rod.
yeah.
And now it'll run less time, halfway heat up, and you'll start hearing the little knock, a tap, 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 tap. And one guy in the garage said it could be one of the not the lifter, but the rods could be warped, which is true. That could be causing it.
The rocker arm. I mean,
Yeah.
it could be a lot of things. You could have a weak spring on one cylinder.
Matter of fact, yeah, I was going to mention that. The guy, I had a guy looking for me for 3 years. He sells Corvettes. He buys them all over the United States. He knew of this car. He knew it was in Florida originally. And he told me that the 89s, now I had an 89 in 1995, almost brand new, 6 years old. But he said they were known to have weak valve springs occasionally from the factory.
But you're not running it. It sits. So I have the same issue with the race car. Okay, I have to change my springs every 2 years.
Wow.
Even if I'm not racing it, because one is open and one is closed, so it's always closed.
Yeah.
And I need a certain amount of spring pressure, and once it goes below that, I start losing power.
Is it kind of a high pitched tap, Andy, when your springs get weak?
I never got it to that point. To me, first I noticed a power drop off. The car starts slowing down on the track a little bit, and it's running right. I start losing a little ET on it. And
Is that the first generation LS motor in '79?
oh, I don't know. I bought. Oh, you mean in the Corvette? Well,
Yeah. Well, I know Corvette late in that since the 2000s.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what motor was in mine. It was a Z28. It's an original Z28 car. The guy that bought it, his son took it over when it had 35,000 miles on it, and made it a 7-second race car. So the chassis in this car is heavily worked, major roll cage, all that crazy stuff. I bought it from him without a motor. Okay. I took a 1970 LT1, a 4-bolt main out of a Corvette. It was 375 horsepower. Okay. And I got the block. I didn't get the upper end of it. I just took the block. Okay. And that cost me $2,000 for that block. It only had 8,000 miles on it.
I had a back in '96. I traded my '89 in. I got a '94 with LT1 in it. And
Yeah, but it was a different LT1.
Yeah, it was LT1. Front OptiSpark on it in the front, plastic covers. I didn't particularly like it. It was more horsepower, but I just didn't.
No, it's the reason I took the block that I bought. The reason why I grabbed it was because it's a high nickel content block. It's a very strong block. It's a 4-bolt main, and it's an original Chevy. It's the original LT1. It's not like version 2. You know? And so I bought the block, complete block without the heads and the intake, and we sent it out to the machine shop,
Mm-hmm.
and they didn't have to bore it out or anything. They just, the cylinders, he says, they're like brand new with little carbon. He says, and he just honed them out. Everything else was perfect. The pistons. I mean, he balanced everything for me.
That's what I'm thinking about getting done to my Corvette engine. It's L98, Andy.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he did he balanced it. Did all the race tricks to the crank, and okay and whatnot, and handed me all the parts back. Then I assembled it with my own rings, with my own bearings and bolts and everything else, and it's the original LT1 pistons. They're 11-to-1 pistons in that car with the original heads. All right. Then I went out and bought the brand of heads that I have are made by a company. They're not around anymore, but they were called Canfield, and they produced high-end race heads. My intake is a 2.1 intake valve. That's how big it is on a small block 350. All right, it's monstrous. And then I took that, all right, and sent it out to Pat Musey. He's big pro stock, pro street thing, and $6,000 worth of head work later, plus the price of the heads was $3,000. And he set it up for the cam that I was going to use, plus did all the tricks. So all my power is made in the heads. I got a stock bore, not stroked 350. And I'm not making crazy horsepower. We coming up with the motors making about 480. Okay, it's only making about 480 horsepower, and the car only weighs 3,000 pounds.
My vet does around 3,000.
Okay, and when I best I could get out of that motor on without taking anything apart, the best I got the car to run with me in it, so it's 3,000, let's say 200 pounds. Not that I weigh 200, but just throwing it out there. The best I could get it was 11.31, and and then once I got to that point and I was having a good time with it, then I added nitrous to it. It's only it's only 100 horsepower hit, and I'm running low 1090s with it.
Wow.
The car runs and does what it's supposed to do. It hooks. I don't sit. It pulls the wheels. I mean, I've been in just about the only magazine I really haven't been in is Hot Rod.
I used to have a bunch of those. I was into them, but my brother gave me a whole ton of them here back in the 90s when I had my vets. And I got my L98. I need to pull it. I want to send it to the machine shop. And it may not need much, except maybe the head, valve work, whatever. It may only need a slight honing. Who knows? And it's been sitting. I know it's wouldn't surprise me if it's got some rust in there. But I did upgrade the radiator in it. I put a 400 horsepower dual rose aluminum radiator in it. So I modified a little bit for that. And,
I have a 4-core aluminum radiator.
Oh wow, yeah, it's big.
It's, again, it's two different things. Mine was built as a race car. There's a difference, if it's, I mean, if one of these days when I get my act together and I get the garage cleaned up better and whatnot, I need to kind of make a video with the car up on the lift and showing you underneath and, in the engine compartment and all that stuff, and it's, and put it out there because it's done up as a show car. It doesn't, when you look at the car and you pull the hood, open the hood, you go, this is a race car. You think it's a show car, It's all done up that way. I haven't been using it much. That we don't have a track here anymore. For me to go to a track, it's a 3-hour drive one way. And if there's no traffic, so you got 6 hours of driving for a minute and a half on the track. That's just like it. The price for the day between tolls and gas. Never mind today's price of gas, tolls and fuel, food, fuel for the race car, entry fees, all that stuff. It's a $500 day, and I get a minute and a half of pleasure.
Yeah,
Sex
I can't
Sex
wait to
lasts
get.
a little bit longer than that.
My interior looks like brand new, even though it's
Yeah,
30-year-old car. I
yeah.
just got to get that motor redid and look at least gone through with a machine shop and get some things done to it. I'm gonna put a new water pump, new heater core because it is 30 years old and set so long, and get the heads redone, new valve springs, all that stock cam. I'm thinking. Do you think I'd do okay probably with a good high quality cast iron ring in that vet? I've been wondering about the rings. I did Molly, but I don't want to put Molly in that Corvette engine.
You
I'm
know,
thinking it come with cast iron.
I mean, you know, if you're not really going to race it or anything, you're going to cruise it. So I mean, it doesn't pay to put chrome moly rings in. They take a long time to seat.
Yeah,
You know,
true.
but yeah, you don't need anything special that way. But I mean, you know, you're going to buy good rings, but not, you know, you're not going to buy like, the low end stuff. You buy the better stuff. That was how, when I built my car, I didn't skimp anywhere. If I could have bought both, things for $50, and instead of $50, I spent $200 for the same thing. Bought the best that was out there when I put it together. And knock on wood, I have almost 900 runs on the motor.
Wow.
On the track. Never mind me opening it up on the street. And the only thing that ever broke in that car was the distributor, and that happened in the first year. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, it's and it pulls the wheels just about every time. Not that I go 3 feet in the air, but it's got a good 6 inches, 8 inches under the wheels. You know, and it's been in a movie, and so it's not a movie on TV. It was a street movie done here on Long Island, and they've sold their latest number. They have 48,000 copies of that movie sold. So you know, and when you go to the racetracks, if they have if they sell them at the racetracks, a lot of times that video's up and playing. When I go to them, it's like I went to Ohio once to do a Super Chevy show, and with my car and stuff, and I was having a grand old time. And the booth with all the videos I walked by and the video was up. I told the guy, can I get the remote for that? He goes, why? So my car's in that movie. Is your car's in that movie? I go, yeah, my car's in the movie. So I fast forwarded to where it was, and people were gathering around watching it. They're going, that car is here. I go, yeah, the car. I was like signing autographs. And he sold every copy of the movie you had because of it.
Wow.
Yeah,
I rebuilt a 4-cylinder Toyota engine, RE, a 22 RE. And I put Molly rings in it back then. And I noticed it still uses oil, maybe 1 quart between change. And this time, if I do the vet, I want to stick with whatever it came with, which is probably a high grade cast iron, I would think.
Yeah, that's what
I'll do.
The chrome moly for me was the way to go, okay, because of what I do. And they seat real fast in a race car because of the revs I'm hitting. I mean, quarter mile, I'm spinning 7,500 RPMs, So they get broken in pretty quick. That's
got Bernie here. Good to see you, Bernie. Rebel.
I'm not watching the side chat. Yeah, I should be saying.
I wasn't either. 67 Rebels in here. Good to see you. Walter's back.
No, race cheaper than a race horse.
Oh, I miss my horsepower. I drive a 4-cylinder Toyota 4-wheel drive. Man, that thing is slow. Gosh, when I get in the vet, the first few weeks I drove it. Man, I was burning tires out. Guy got behind me up here on the road, on my bumper. And I never liked that, even in the 90s when I got my first vet. And what I did, he was on my bumper, and I smoked it. Boy, I floored my car. My car slid sideways on the road, and that guy got scared, and he backed off. He like, that guy's crazy as hell. Yeah.
Well, we know you're crazy, so
Yeah. I was wild. I grew up in the wild times with driving cars crazy.
Well, my first car after driving mom and dad's car for a couple of years, my first car was a 1970 Plymouth Cuda Hemi.
Oh, wow.
$4,800 brand new on the showroom floor. God.
It's amazing. Some of those old cars we think about were really cheap in the day, or what we would think would be cheap. I think the Mustang when it came out in the early '60s was $2,800.
Yeah, $2,800.
Something like that. Yeah, amazing when you think back on it.
Unless you wanted the Steve McQueen version.
I remember my dad in 1977 or 75 bought a Honda Civic. We lived in Northeast Fort Worth. He worked in downtown Dallas.
Yeah, I think a six.
That's the first car I learned to drive on a hill.
I had Mustangs. I had. I
Clutch.
drove
With a clutch, standard transmission.
I've drove. I've been in GTOs, wiping out on the highway, doing donuts. SS 396s, 67, 68 Camaros back in the day. I've seen the Camaros in the 60s that had actually a 396 in it. A guy had one.
396.
Wow.
Some got 427s.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about a beast, man, in a light car like that. Wow. Excuse me, guys. I remember the Chevy Impalas, 67. I think they had an SS too in 67. That was a good car. I drove one of those.
Impala, yes.
Yeah, they were great back in the day. I wouldn't mind having one now. A few years ago, I knew a guy had a red one at a bar. He actually drove through the red light one evening and crashed into the bar. He was too drunk. Didn't even make it to the bar. He actually collapsed I think it was the beer cooler room and went to the wall. Crazy. Kicking it.
Vanessa, I grew up in Watauga, which is about northeast of the county, northeast of Fort Worth. If you go down
Fort Worth,
well, it's the air base. It used to be an air base. You'd pick up Wranglers for less than $10 a pair.
that's what I got. 22RE, and I got extended cab. It's 4-wheel drive though. But boy, when I get in that vet, when I drove it first few weeks, boy, it was fun. God, I can get on the expressway, you can pass people quick. I miss it. I love that horsepower. Just can't beat it. And I don't like getting bound up on the expressway with weird drivers. If I see they're weaving or acting erratic, I want to haul butt and go past them and get away from them. And you can't do that in a 4-cylinder most of the time. Very hard, especially 5-speed 4-wheel drive.
Yeah, it's even weird because you got naval personnel on that air base. Like, what are they supposed to do? Swim?
Yeah, I've been reading the war news a little bit. Guys, what a mess.
So you know that annealer video I recently put up?
Yeah.
The guy who designed it is on commenting on it.
I hadn't watched that yet. I'll go watch it.
Fei Chung, something like that. And we've been back and forth now. We've emailed each other a few times now. And pretty cool guy.
I'm still trying to figure out if I need it. I really haven't shot much lately, so.
I hadn't shot.
I don't like the annealers. I have the two that I have, and the main reason for purchasing the two that I have is because I process my brass at the end of the season when I'm kind of done shooting, and I'm loading that hopper holds about 350 223s. I fill that up and let it run while I'm doing something else. I can't. I'm watching. What's it, Elster's? There's a few different people have them out there now. Okay. They work great, don't get me wrong. You're putting one in at a time. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. I think they're working on something to feed that thing. Him and Eagle Eye. I'm not sure about Eagle Eye, but it seems like he
but the opening on the drums that he's got is too big. The weight of the brass will force feed several.
Yeah. Not that familiar with them.
Yeah, Walter, the guy that I'm speaking to who designed it is in China, but his buddies in Austria?
Austria?
No, I don't think it's Austria. He's British or something. Australia, maybe, because he's got the videos out there of it showing you how to set it up and things. And the both of them designed it. Okay, they're friends with each other. They came up with it. The guy, and he's building it in China because he can keep the price down. And it's built. Let me tell you.
I remember the Mercury Comets. I had a bunch of old cars I drove back in the day. Actually got totaled out one time. Remember the Super Bs in the 70s? Had a big old high shifter in them. Me and some friends, we totaled one out in downtown Atlanta and hit a telephone pole in the early 70s. But knocked me out. I was in the back seat and it took me and launched me to the windshield. Apparently I hit the windshield. Cut my face up. Everything.
Where you going?
Totaled that car. The driver did. I wasn't driving it. That's my first total car I was in when I was a teenager. I forget what year Super B that was, but it had the yellow.
I've only had 2 accidents in my life. One I was standing still, and the other was like just a nudge because it was the woman in front of me slammed on the brakes, had no brake lights. Mm-hmm. And it was a wet road, and I saw it and I slammed it, but I just slid into it, just tapped her. She went ballistic that I hit her.
I've had 2 wrecks, mostly 2 wrecks in my life too. And 1 ticket for competing in a competition of speed in the I think 1970s. Yeah, 1970s. Almost got me almost lost my license over that.
My first car was a 71 Ford LTD.
I remember them.
My grandmother had put glass packs on it.
Comfortable car to drive, Critter, if I remember right. Boy,
that was a 427 rat engine in it.
Yeah, big block.
Big block. It got me out of a lot more trouble than I got into.
I had a friend I grew up in school with. His parents had one. We would borrow it and we'd go out on the weekend, boy, and went to LTD. That thing would fly. It was a heavy car. You kick that motor, it would go.
Yeah, which the brakes went out on me. I ran over a gas pump.
Oh, wow.
On a military installation. Kirkland Air Force Base, ran it over. It backed up and it was like stamping on the brakes. I threw the damn thing from reverse into park. It went. By that time, it already ran over the gas pump.
I remember that, Bernie. Fair lanes. There were some nice fair lanes out there back in the 70s, man. Early 70s still. Late 60s. I had a friend had a maroon or a red one. Red one, I think now. They look pretty good.
Oh, I got some questions. Maybe somebody might have some answers for. I just bought something for my Dan Wesson 357, and I have the big one of that, the vented rib and the heavy barrel. I just bought a scope rail that mounts to it, to the rail on it, so I don't have to drill any holes in it. I don't want to drill any holes in the gun, and I'm toying with putting a red dot on it, and I don't want to spend any real money. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to like it or not. I mean, the mount cost me $50. It's on its way. I have a stupid laser sight somewhere. I can mount on it first and play with it. But I'm looking, for a red dot that mounts to it says Weaver mount. So it's a Picatinny rail, but it says Weaver mount. So either way. Mm-hmm. And I just don't want to spend a lot of money. So I don't know if somebody's got something laying around they're just not using anymore, don't want anymore, and it works. That's all I'm looking to try. I'm not shooting any hot loads with it. I'm just for my target shooting, which is like 50 feet with wad cutters, low charges, and I want to see if it's worth my time or not.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'd love to have an optic on my rifle. I wouldn't mind having a good scope. I like to have a good scope on my 30-06.
Something I 2 years ago or so, there was a whole thing with Kenny who did CV Light. CV Life, whatever it was called. They're $50 scopes. All right, and they're like, what was it, 8 to 24, 50 millimeter lens or something. And I bought one, and I said, what did I put it on? I put it on my AR, my 223 AR, and I liked it. So then the wife got involved, and we picked her up the little 22 that she wanted. And the scope on it sucked, so I said, well, I got a scope on my 3006 that's just a 3 to 9 power or something, but it's, you know, a better scope and whatnot. So I put that on her rifle, which left the 3006 open. So I bought another one of those CV lights, and I put it on there, and I'm shooting my 36 with it. No issues whatsoever. Nothing moves. All right. Then I got, I had another scope laying around. I put on when I bought my Ruger PC9, I put on there. I had a 6 to 14 or so, I don't know what, but, and it was okay, but I wanted, you know, a little different. And I said, everything I looked at was a fortune. So I bought another CV light. Put it on. I got CV light on everything. I got 2 ARs with CV lights on it. I got my 3006 and my PC9 and my bolt action 223, all at the same scope.
Wow.
Okay, and I'm shooting dead nuts with them without spending any money. I wanted to talk to Kenny and tell him, Kenny, how far out have you reached with that CV light? You know, because he has one, unless you got rid of it. But he was surprised for the cheapness of the scope. You know, but I know he shot 300 yards with it. So
I ain't seen him in the chats lately.
He got, I think, banned he got his channel strikes or something. And he's just started putting a couple of videos up again a week ago or so.
Lord, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And what's his name? Taco. What's his?
Full Lead Taco.
Yeah, Full Lead Taco. He's got 2 strikes on his channel now.
Gee.
And it's all for, you know, casting videos. And you heard about Uncle Jim, right? Last Saturday.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I can't believe it. We talked for 3 minutes politics, and they gave him a channel strike and pulled the video down.
Ain't that weird? We do a live stream. We have to be careful every word we say now. If not, we'll be banned. Like we're a book burning country now.
I couldn't believe it. I mean, I was on the live chat. I know exactly when the politics were talked, and it's like we didn't say nothing.
Yeah, I agree, Vanessa.
Others get off.
Yeah, I try to be careful what I say on here. Sometimes you get kind of carried away, you know, jokingly. But I mentioned the other night, I said I'll shoot what it was. I was thinking back on Charles Krauthammer, what he said. He said someday somebody's going to be famous in America. They're going to shoot a drone down in the sky over their property, and they're going to go to prison. He said that's going to happen before it's over, and he passed. You remember Krauthammer, don't you? Did you ever watch Fox years ago?
Yeah.
He was a former Mondale advisor and turned conservative, actually, over the years. He was a wheelchair guy. He wound up passing away, unfortunately. But I actually liked his politics when he changed. Most things I agreed on him with.
Yeah, well, we got to keep quiet. Let's not even talk politics. We don't need any problems.
No, it's true. Yeah.
It's just, you know, it's like I can't believe I can't even put up videos on YouTube of showing you how I'm casting zinc. I mean,
I know.
I took them all down before they hit me.
7 goes in 28 13 times. How that math beat, Vanessa?
I hear they're trying to ban math, saying that learning math is racist. So I'll stop there and shut up. But that's just something I read. Oh, God, you know, let's just quit teaching it. Just ain't right. People can't do it.
And it just blows me away. We're not doing anything wrong. We're not making like threats against anybody or anything like that. All right. We're just having conversation. And some of these channels out there, I mean, they were talking about the other night, the girls are out there changing bathing suits and this and that. And This you can catch porn and everything else on YouTube. And they allow that?
Yeah, I've noticed that. I'm aware.
Well,
of
you
it.
got to understand it. Well, I don't want to say who, but they're involved in that child pornography stuff.
Hmm. Oh, okay. Yeah. I know it's weird because basically, even in these live streams, you're basically stating we could do a disclaimer. It's your personal opinion. If you think this and that happened, like Uncle Jim, like you talked about, they don't have to ban you or take you down, but they're doing it. Which years ago, if you mentioned book burning, it was horrible in America, But now it's okay to ban you on everything. It's weird how it took a rapid turn. Actually, slowly, but it's getting more. We can see it more clear now.
Yeah, well, so I tried all the websites. I'm on Rumble. I'm on Odyssey, and what's the other one? I forget. Hold on. I'm on Odyssey, Rumble, and Utreon. I thought Utreon was going to be the better over Rumble, and then I got involved with Odyssey. Odyssey blows them both away.
I signed up for Odyssey, but I hadn't been back there yet, so I need to go over there.
You got stuff on there.
Yeah.
It goes up. You post on the tube, it goes up over there.
Mm-hmm.
So you can post something, wait for it to go up, and then take it down off of YouTube.
Yeah. I wonder if my live stream is going over there. I know.
Yeah, they are. They're on
okay.
there.
Wow. Okay.
Well, the ones that once it saves and it's on your channel, it's there. It goes there. Yeah.
I knew it was going to Rumble because I've seen it. I didn't.
Yeah, Rumble does that too, but I think Odyssey is a lot. Rumble's slow. You go try to watch somebody's video, they don't play. You got to wait for them to load.
Yeah, it's weird. These companies have got these sites, but they can't quite afford the servers and the power that it needs to run that stuff.
Yeah, but they weren't expecting a heavy expansion.
Yeah.
Due to YouTube stuff. Everybody, a lot of people are over there.
I know on Rumble, I'd have to make a comment. I'd have to wait a minute or so before I could make another comment. I thought, this is weird.
Yeah.
I got tired of sitting there waiting it's probably why I'm not commenting as much. I'll do a Rumble,
Odyssey,
click.
Yeah, Odyssey is good. Play around with Odyssey a little more. They have a live stream. I haven't done it because you know what my problem is? I don't know how to set up the live stream on YouTube to work with StreamYard. I don't know how to do that. I haven't tried it yet. And it's similar with Odyssey. Mm-hmm. So, I have to sit with somebody on the phone and do it once or twice, and then I can do a live stream. But the live stream Odyssey's offering it. It's free, so.
The basics of a yard stream is usually, if I remember, it's been a little while now. Granted, you go in there and you sign. You pick a destination, and you sign in through that like that, and give them permission to access like YouTube, and it'll find that YouTube account. You'll enter that YouTube account and password, if I remember right, and then it'll take then you're able to stream. So it's pretty easy on YardStream. It's pretty easy setup.
StreamYard, yeah, but that's
StreamYard. Yeah.
That's what you do tonight. You had to set this up, so you went to StreamYard. You set it up, whatever, a day in advance, or 6 hours in advance, whatever, and you just go through it. And you only have to put in your YouTube information, and it does it.
Basically, once we put it in there, it stays in there like a little avatar or thumbnail.
Right.
All I do is go in there. Like tonight, I go in there and say Echo's side. I'm running on his channel tonight, and I'm an admin right now because it's a health issue. And I go in there and I'll click his little YouTube thumbnail, and that means it's going to YouTube. And I go down there and I put the title in it, and I hit it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have to play around. I didn't want to start a live stream for testing and I just wanted to get I want to try to get it right. So you only have to set it up on StreamYard. So you're doing nothing on YouTube then.
Right. Yeah. And you can also set a stream to private, I think, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while since I did that.
Yes, I was looking at all the stuff. You can make it private or public. You can announce it. Okay. So it'll announce and it'll email. You know, people will get the thing from YouTube and stuff. So I just didn't want to push the button and say, now what? You know, wasn't sure.
All right, I'm gonna fade out.
All right, man. Hope you get better, man. Take care of yourself.
Yeah.
I
And
see
stop touching hot things with the wrong hand.
Appreciate you dropping in, brother.
Well, that's the bad thing is I used to be right-handed, so I've tried to grab stuff. I'm like,
You know,
Yeah.
you know, we all have our things, you know, and I'm surprised as at how active you are with your issues. So,
that's right.
Yeah.
you know, no one can put two bad words together about you. You're, you know, I mean, you're great. You're funny, you know, and when you're out there doing stuff and I see your videos trying to cast and stuff, I give you so much credit.
Yeah. Check his channel out, guys. If you're not sub to it, sub him.
Well,
Yeah,
I
and
don't see anything on YouTube except the lights that I installed on the duck cart. All
Yeah,
that
I need
stuff.
to get over. I need to get over your stream YouTube thing. I hadn't been there in a while. There's so many I'm sub to. I'll go to here or there, you know, from time to time.
I'm close to 300 sub tubes, man, and I'm going nuts. Sometimes I come home, I got just so much stuff to watch.
Wow.
You know, and then I want to catch the live streams and this and that, so it's just eating my time up.
Dale Pogue is with us.
I don't believe that.
Dale.
See you later.
All right, man.
Take care.
I'm gonna wind this down here shortly. Yeah, what it is, once you sign into it, you know, you'll let you let StreamYard sign into it. Once that's there, that stays there.
Okay.
When you typically go in there, you never have to sign in or nothing. You just go in there and go to StreamYard.com, and it takes you right into the account. You go up there, you click on that thing. You know, like I said, you put the title, and you can do, you know, do it for later. It'll have a little clip box you can check for later on it.
How much of ahead of time do you have to set it up?
Oh, you can do it. You can just set it up right away and go live right then if you want.
Oh, and so in 5 minutes you're live. Okay.
But you can set it. If you do set the time, you've got to manually go in and go live though, even when you set the time up. Yeah, it's weird.
And you go live on StreamYard.
Yeah, you go in there and you'll have a thing at the right page up there, and it'll say go live. So you still got to manually click it to go live when you start.
No, that's understood. And what else? I mean, it shouldn't be that hard. I mean, I just haven't played with it yet. You know, but that's why I want to look at what they're doing on the other channel on Odyssey. How if the live chat is running off of Odyssey, I think it is. So
I'll go over and look. I haven't looked. That's interesting. I know this is going over to Rumble, and I can do to Twitter. Sometimes I'll do one to Twitter. I don't think I did. I didn't on this one because it's Echo's channel.
I don't waste my time. Never even signed up for Twitter.
Yeah, I don't. I got a few guys here. I think Night Strike and a few others over there on Twitter that follow me. I used to have a Twitter account years ago, and I did away with it back. God, we're talking 2008 maybe, early Obama years. Yeah, and through that shortage, I had went on there quite a bit.
It's funny. It's during that shortage is when I got back into reloading.
Yeah.
I had so much stuff. It didn't matter to me.
Yeah,
I had stuff from the early 80s. I must have had 30 or 40,000 primers in a big Tupperware thing. It's like I opened it up, smelled fine. Loaded a few rounds, they shot fine. And I just kind of finished those up about a year ago. And now I have, I'm sitting on about, 8,000 small pistol, 8,000 small rifle, 8,000 number 41 CCI for the AR. And probably about 3,000 large rifle for the 30-06. So I'm set for a while. You know, I just don't go shooting as much, but when I go, it's all day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was thinking I was reloading back in the Obama years. I was still buying some stuff, reloading the early years. Magazines, I'd buy a magazine. I think we're going for AR mag was $30 back then during the shortage. You could only get one a day if you could find it.
I didn't own an AR back then, so but most of my reloading in my earlier years were for pistol, for my 357, and I used to own a 44 auto mag.
Huh.
That was one hell of a fun shooting gun.
I missed my 629, at 1980 something model 629. A stainless steel 6-inch barrel. It was a fun gun to shoot. I miss it. It was great just to look at it. Had the real firing pin, you know, the way it used to be. And I still got the old wooden grips back there. They're like brand new. I put Hogue on them and ended up selling that gun. I regret it to this day. Well, I'm gonna wind this thing down. I guess it's already 7:22.
That's all right. I mean, nobody came on. Come on, well, this was hoping I was hoping Chris from the 740 was going to pop in.
Yeah, he's tied up. I actually texted him.
Yeah, I know he's busy with a big weld job or something.
Yeah, he's also, I think, celebrating his fiance's birthday, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what it is, yeah. I
Yeah.
texted him to see if he wanted to come on.
He was the one. He was the guy that I wanted to talk to about the red dot.
Mm-hmm.
He's got so many that he's used. He's probably got a couple laying around that he's not using anymore.
Yeah, he does a lot of pistol red dots. Yeah, definitely. I'm not familiar with his rifle.
You know,
I
just wanted to try it.
Yeah, I'd love to have an EOTech on my AR platform. I have shot with it, and it's pretty good.
I prefer the scope.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it. I'd like to have like a 1x8, maybe from Primary Arms. I thought about getting that with a throw lever on it, you know, maybe 1x6. Get down, I think you used to get them $299, $380, something like that.
That's why I stay with those CV lights. I really like those. I'm not doing anything crazy with my guns. I'm not even my 30-06. These are not hot loads at all. Mm-hmm. These are such reduced loads. It's ridiculous. But I could shoot my 30-06 all day long. Okay? It's like shooting a 223.
That's what I need to do. I do have bullets for the 30-06, and I probably got I got powder for it, and I got some brass for it, and primers.
Well, again, it depends on what you're trying to shoot. If you want full loads and stuff,
no, just mild.
Yeah, you want mild.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any unique laying around?
Yeah, I got unique. 2 pounds of that.
Put 12 grains of unique behind a 150 to 180 grain bullet and go have fun.
Okay.
You won't believe how it shoots.
Interesting.
And that's low data. That's published data. It's not just something I threw out there. It's published data.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to do a disclaimer, maybe, but yeah.
You know, if you have those single caliber books, you know, they're like $10, $12 a piece.
I don't have those.
They're listed in there. They're listed in some of the older stuff. Matter of fact, I think Lyman's book has it, the 49th, 50th. I think they have it in there on the 30-06 with cast bullets.
Broke Loaders joined us too. Hasbro's in here. Uncle Jim too has jumped in. Good to see you, Uncle Jim. See if I missed anybody.
Hey there, Mr. Uncle Jim.
The band that gets banned.
We're talking about your politic night. You spent 30 seconds talking about it.
Yeah, it's amazing. It should be personal opinion. They shouldn't be so weird, but it's funny. They, like we said, they'll let certain things on there be okay, but then certain things they don't agree with politically, then they'll target you. And they actually got that set up probably in the algorithm too. Yeah, actually, they do.
I mean, how is that algorithm working with language? Is it looking for certain words?
I think so. Yeah.
I mean, somebody can't be sitting there watching these live streams.
No, no, not everybody's got a face in it. It'd be too many employees. So it is an algorithm, I think, that flags stuff. And then it's flagged, they get a human on it. If I'm not wrong. I could be wrong. Guys, let me know if I am. But I think that's how it works. Even like the Social Security Administration, when you do disability over the years, they review you every 3 years. But if you fill that paper out wrong, it'll spit out of the machine and then a human gets a hold of it.
Yep.
Typically, if you do it right, it just keeps, they keep approving you and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's algorithm stuff, keywords and things. And I mean, they could have some people viewing, but that's awful expensive. With their technology too, they basically got AI running.
I know, but I mean that's not cheap either.
And they got unlimited funds. They're a wealthy company.
It could have been that we don't know who's sitting out there listening for the hell of it, and like you said, somebody's out there and says, "Oh, I don't like what he said. I'm going to report him."
Seems like you can flag too. I think individuals have a right to flag you, if I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, and see that's another issue you got. You're encouraging wackos that don't think like you to flag you by putting that out there.
But it only takes one person.
And then they get the human hands on it, and the human eyes. Once they touch it, boom.
It's just it's crazy.
Yeah, I was running I'll make this brief. I was running an ad on Craigslist, and that's my own personal ad, right? Over the years. I if I want a roommate, I'll rent to who the God bless I want to, right? It's my right. I don't care if male, female, whatever you are, But I put something on there about it'd probably be a good guy fit, and some little libtard flagged me. Yeah. And I said, well, I just won't put that anymore. I said, that's ridiculous. Somebody going there flagging people. Got a notice one day here. I said, unbelievable, And it's like they so many regulations force you to do things. And they'll even say you can't this and can't discriminate this. Well, it's America, as we say, America. We can do what we want. We can own land. We can rent to who the hell we want in our own home, especially, But I better shut up about that.
Yep.
That might get me on that. People talking about renting and breaking rules here. Yeah. But big difference if you're renting a house or apartment versus renting, a roommate out or something. You got to be able to live together and deal with each other. So you have to be kind of cautious. I don't even have nobody here. I gave up on it.
Gonna let you wind it down.
All right, man. Good to have you on here. Appreciate you dropping in, man.
Half hour to Friday night. So
if you need any help getting in there, StreamYard. Why I say Stream, I don't know.
Yeah, it's StreamYard, whichever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play around with it, so I may just throw out, a live test and see if anybody comes on. And I don't, I don't know how. I haven't used it that way, so I don't even know how somebody pops up backstage. I don't, I got to learn all that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'll have typically a sound setting for that. You'll hear a little bleep. However, you'll visually see it. And then I remember a while back, Vanessa, I think, was one of the first ones. I put a test out one day or something on this camera here. And a long time ago, it seems like now. But she says, I was back there listening. And I says, oh, wow. I just kind of went on there and rambled a little bit. Test. Hey, just seeing if this camera works. I felt weird doing it because I've never, live streamed back then. Night, Uncle Jim. Night, guys. I've called most of you out in the side chat. Appreciate you coming in. I slowly went through here, giving you a shout out. So I'm going to kind of wind this down tonight. And hope Critter, appreciate him coming in. Hope he gets better. And, you have a good one, Andy.
You too. Thanks for having me on.
Pleasure, man. Always. You guys in the side chat, gals, have a good one. We appreciate you dropping in. Sorry Echo couldn't be here. Like I said, he's under the weather. Almost out to lunch. But I can't do that. I'm going to laugh a minute now. But he's not doing too well. So you guys, we'll have a good one. We'll see you on the next one.